I'm closing the Ferrari right now. So welcome back to another episode. Today we're gonna do something different. Because everyone is in quarantine, lockdown, everything, airspace is closed, etc, etc. We have to do something. Like when we're done the maintenance on our engines, we're done. Today what we're gonna do is I have received a new wing from BGD. It is the BGD. And before I'm getting it flying, I'm gonna change the risers, which you can see here, free flying riser. And I'm gonna change it with a paramotor riser, which has a trimmer as well. So with this setup, I will be able to fly paramotor, but have a wing that it has the characteristics of free flying. So maybe I can do some thermaling, maybe I can do some dynamic flying while I'm paramotoring. So that is gonna be a future little project of mine. But for today, I'm gonna tell you how to change risers completely, from free flying to paramotor. If you need to replace your paramotor risers, what do you have to do? It's super easy, follow me. A good thing is that if you have the opportunity to lie out the wing first, have the lines pretty clear and lined up, and then maybe hang them up. If you don't have this system here, kind of, you can take clothing hangers from at home, just hang it up somewhere, and then take the carabiners from your paramotor or harness or whatever, or just attach them to the hanger. And what I would like to do is to put later on the paramotor riser that I want to exchange and have it next to the one that I'm gonna release at the moment. So at that point, what I can do is I can take one by one and transfer them exactly how they are, in the same order, in the same way. And that is it. And then, of course, before flying, you should always do pre-inflations and see how it behaves. So what we need in order to replace this is the new riser. I'm gonna change from free flying riser to paramotor riser by BGD. The key that I need is a little wrench, number 7. And I noticed it's easy to use a screwdriver in order to remove those for the mullions. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna open up the carabiner. I'm gonna hang the new riser exactly the same as the old one, or the one I want to replace. I click it in like this, bit about a little bit, like this. So first thing first is to remove those small licorice candies that they put inside of the mullions, like this, like here. Then I'm gonna take the key 7, the wrench. I'm gonna open all of these, or at least just open them a little bit, so that I can then open them with my hands easily and fast as I turn, so that there is no time for people to come and interrupt me. There is no lunch break to interrupt, etc. So the new one is already open. So for the new one, I will open all of them. Okay, so now these are open. I can just open with the hand. These are fully open, so I can just slide them in. And the thing is that the way I take these out is the way I want to put them into the new. Okay, so we see here, this one is straight, just like the new one. So I take these out exactly the same, and I put them exactly the same in, and I close this one. Okay, the first one is done. Now I take the other one. You can see here, the other one, open it. I take this one exactly the same, and I put it into the new one, and I close it. It's very important to work in full concentration with this because you don't want to mess it up. But if you mess it up, you can always refer to the line diagram. And you should always double check afterwards that you have done it correct. Now, let's see. Here are 4 different ones that will all go into this one. Now I face the problem that the last one have a double loop. So if you are not feeling confident in doing it yourself, you can remove it and put it in exactly the same. So what I do in this point is I take 1, 2, 3 between my hands, and I know that is also the order that they should go in. And then I take this one, put first, and I create the double loop. So I keep it the same way. That is 1. Then that is the second one. That is the third. And this is the fourth. And now I'm sure that this one is exactly the same as the previous. I close this one and I continue. Now we have the C, that is this one. Always be sure, again, I can't repeat it enough. These should always be in line, always be in line. So what we're seeing here is that all of them, all 3 of them, are having the double loop. And I want to keep it, so I use this trick again. 1, 2, 3. Take first that one out, then I take this one out, then I take this one out. And that is the same order, but reversed, that they should go in. So first this one, to this one, then this one, double hoop, because I choose that, and the last one, and I close it. Okay. Now, if I did this correct, which I know I did, but always have to double check, these should be exactly the same as this. So now what is remaining is only the brake toggle. So I'm gonna release this one, I'm gonna open the nod here. I know that this little sock, let's say this cover, is in the same place to maintain the brake heights, length, the same as the other one. So you can see the nod, as you remove it, you remove the nod, you let it go through, put this one back, you let it go through here. And a very common mistake, and I admit it, before I did it on the other one, don't forget the pulley.
Don't forget the pulley.
It has to go through the pulley first. First through the pulley. And for the nod, I would suggest you to make a normal nod below the black line. But there are many ways of doing this, and everyone do it differently. Make one nod there, you pull it through, put it a little bit tighter, pull it through, that one, you make a nod, which is then gonna break it. See? That's it, and it has the same height. So always, before you go and fly it, inflate it, check all the lines, be sure that the brake line is always free, be sure that these are lined up exactly as the left one, goes same for the A and the B's, the tip line, check the line diagram, and you should be fine. Enjoy your flight with your new risers, and see you in the next one. So, beginning mistake, you know what I forgot? The licorice. I forgot the licorice. So in order to put in those bits and pieces, we're gonna take the key 7. We're gonna make sure that all of these are nice and tight, but not over tight. And we want to make sure that this one is kind of nicely straight with the malleon. The reason for that, I'll show you there. You can't see, I am having the GoPro here. Here, it should be nice and straight according to the malleon. The reason for that is that these little candies will then lock it. It will be perfectly locked into place. You can really see it here, you can see the shape. You want to have the nut in that shape. So then, in order to put them in, you can do it 2 ways. If it's nice and warm outside, it should be pretty easy. You just slide it in like this, and then you squeeze a bit. Be sure that it's always nice and tight. That's what she says. And we put this one in. If you would lose these, it's important to replace them. Just contact BGD, your wing supplier or whatever, because the reason for this is that if you would take off and the mullion was going to be like this, maybe also like this could happen. This actually shortens it and creates a nasty behavior of the wing. Not a big behavior, but a small change. So always be sure to have those licorice pieces, check them, make it part of your checklist. And now with the coronavirus, I would really suggest stay at home, check your wing, educate yourself. There's a lot of good videos on YouTube where they teach you how to check stuff, etc, etc. Yeah, okay, cool. I've made it, I've changed it. I kept the brake high up, but I will see on my paramotor if I want it high or if I want it low. In that case, I can just remove this one, slide it down there. Okay, that's all. See you later. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe, would help a lot. I'm currently only in, I think I have 12 subscribers. No, I'm kidding. I have 112. Yeah. Peace.